Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Week in Technology. This is episode 23. We're going to be talking about Western Digital buying Sandisk. Apple was finally ordered to pay a certain amount to University of Wisconsin-Madison. Amazon's grocery service, Dropbox, has some new stuff up its sleeve, and we will be talking about the new YouTube Red service. So I'm going to be soloing it today because of some scheduling conflicts, I guess you could say, with my co-host. So I will be doing this alone. It's going to be a quick, brief show. I didn't want to just not do it again. So stick around and we'll be talking about some pretty interesting things. So the first one I want to just jump right into and get the ball rolling here is Apple is ordered to pay $234 million to the University of Wisconsin-Madison for infringing patent. So if you guys watched the last show that we did, we talked about a microchip technology, I guess, that Apple used in the old A7, I think it was A7, A7, A8, A8X processors that were in the iPhone 5S, 6, 6 Plus, and several different versions of the iPad, like the iPad Mini and the iPad Air, I want to say it was. And this article is from Reuters, by the way. So we talked about it last week. It could have been up to, I think it was like 880 million, so just shy of $1 billion. But I guess they went ahead and just knocked them for 234 million in damages, I guess. So once again, I think Apple got off a little easy. I mean, they did sell a lot of 5Ss, 6s, and 6 Pluses. So I think they really got off pretty damn easy this time around. And for, Apple always always hammering people, other companies like Samsung and so forth for patent infringing and, we got curved corners and curved edges or whatever on our devices and you're copying us and all that other kind of stuff. For them to get busted doing this is just, the icing on the cake, I guess. So they made out pretty easy, I think, and I think they could have been hit a little harder, personally. But, what can you do? So the next article that I want to jump into is mostly going to cause some problems with some hobbyists. I mean, I'm kind of on the fence with this one because I understand where they're coming from, but I also have watched several different listened to a podcast, but also watched a video of a couple people who are hobbyists with drones. I think they're really cool. I like quadcopters and all that kind of stuff. Can't really afford one right now, so I don't have one, but I think it would be really cool to have one. And I watched a couple videos of them discussing it, and I can see why it's a problem for some. But basically what's going on is that the government wants to require registration of certain drones. Not all of them, just certain ones. So they state that pilot sightings of drones has doubled since last year. I guess with the amount of close calls with safety, with manned aircraft, sporting events, and even as far as interfering with firefighting on the West Coast, whenever California and Colorado and all that were having their fires, and they were fighting those fires, they had several instances where drones from like maybe, small news channels or something like that, like local news channels, were sending these drones up to catch aerial footage of all these fires and everything, and they were getting in the way in the fly zone of the helicopters and all that were coming in to dump water or the chemicals to put the fire out. So it was causing a lot of problems. And I remember it being a big to-do all over, Twitter and, regular media, social media, and all that kind of stuff. So I understand where they're coming from with that. But I guess the FAA and the Department of Transportation are planning to get 30 people as some kind of crew. I can't remember the exact word it was that they use. The task force. So it's going to be a 30-member task force, which is going to include government and industry officials and hobbyists to decide which drones will require this registration. So basically what it seems like is that light and small toy quadcopters, or drones that can't go more than maybe a few hundred feet up, or weigh less than a pound or 2 pounds or something like that, won't require a registration. But the larger ones, and especially the ones that can follow pre-programmed flight paths, are the main focus, because they're the ones that people target on a GPS and set the GPS waypoints to tell it to go fly out and come back. And I guess they've had issues with them crashing or whatever into like sporting events, or people hovering over top of big stadiums and stuff and like catching video feed of the game that's going on, and that's a problem. So the FAA claims that they get over 100 calls per month of pilots reporting seeing drones flying near airplanes and airports, but no accidents have happened yet. So no incidents where it's been sucked into the engines or anything like that, because that could cause a serious problem. I mean, I've seen birds take out jet engines before when they got sucked in. So this would be no different. The FAA has also signed a deal with a company. I can't remember the name of it. I didn't write it down in the notes. Here it is. Signed an agreement last month with CACI International Inc., an information technology company in Arlington, Virginia, to test technology that could locate the operators of small drones that are flying illegally near airports. The technology would let the government track radio signals used to operate drones within a 5-mile radius and identify the operator's location. So I guess it will go out and look in a 5-mile radius of any drones that might be flying, and I guess once they target that wireless signal, they can trace that wireless signal pattern, and it'll lead them right to the pilot, to the owner of that drone that's flying it. So that's pretty crazy. I don't know anymore. They haven't actually sat down to discuss this yet. It's planning to happen, I guess, relatively soon. But I'm guessing what's going to happen is that there's going to be a fee to register these things. Maybe not, I don't know, but I know a lot of the hobbyists are really having a problem with it, kind of like gun people are having a problem with registering their guns. They don't want, think that the government has a right to know exactly how many you have or what kind you have or whatever. So I understand the whole Big Brother aspect and being against government knowing these things or having to register them. But at the same time, people have been doing some really stupid things with these drones and causing a lot of problems. So I'm kind of up in the air about it. So I know I'm on the most of the time the wrong side of the fence when it comes to gun laws. I have my concealed weapons permit. I do carry. I do own guns, and I personally don't have an issue with the whole registering of guns. I know why people have issues with it, but it doesn't really affect me or bother me that much. I don't really care. As long as I'm still allowed to have it and I'm still allowed to use it to protect me and my family, I personally don't give a crap who knows I have it. So anyway, I can see why these people have a problem with having to register. Now, if there's a fee to register for it, that could be more of a problem, and which there most likely will be, because they're going to have to pay somebody to do the paperwork and data entry and stuff. So they're going to have to. There's going to have to be some kind of fee. So that part kind of sucks. So we'll just have to sit back and watch and see what happens. All right. So the next one is Amazon Fresh. So this is a grocery delivery service that Amazon, I guess, is starting or has already started. And they warned people before, and now they have come out and I guess made it official that it's going to be $300 a year. So $300 a year just to use the service. And you have to spend a minimum of $50 in order to get the free shipping. So if you pay the $300 and you only need like maybe some spaghetti noodles, spaghetti sauce, and maybe some soda, you're gonna have to pay for the shipping, the delivery fee. So is it really worth the money? I personally don't think so. But I guess it really doesn't stack up, like they said here, against their rival Instacart, because it's only $99 a year and it's a minimum of $35 for a free delivery. So I don't know exactly where Instacart is available at, like what cities. I know the Amazon Fresh right now, I think, is only available in New York City, Philadelphia, and Seattle right now. So it's only available in those 3 cities, so who gives a crap? I don't really care. Me personally, I wouldn't use it. I wouldn't pay $300 for this type of service. I don't know if any of you all would. But yeah, I just don't see the point. I like to go out and get my groceries, and if you are into the whole vegetable thing and fruits and all that stuff, you want to be able to look at it. I mean, you want to be able to look at it, you want to be able to inspect it, see if it has any bruises or color or the ripeness of it and all that other kind of stuff. Do you think the people that are picking these things out are really going to take the time to do that, or do you think they're just going to grab some prepackaged crap, or they're just going to throw it into a bag and say done? So I don't know. Personally, I think it's a waste of money, but I'm sure somebody must be using it or asking for it. Otherwise, Amazon wouldn't waste their time. So, all right. So on to the next one. So The Verge posted this article about Dropbox announcing Paper. So Paper is basically well, as it says here, it's a collaborative document or collaborative document editor. So it's basically taking on like Microsoft and Google Docs and Quip, I think was the other one that a lot of people use, I guess. So it's taking on these things here. So it's called Paper. It's basically the next generation of Notes, which I guess was an application that they were quietly working on in the past. And I guess they perfected it and just released it as Paper now. So you can add documents to the documents via Dropbox links. So it's basically like Documentception. You can, if you're want some documents to be placed inside of the document that you're currently writing, you can actually link to that document as long as it's in your Dropbox already. And somebody reading your document can just click that link and it'll just open up that document that was inside that document. So yeah. Anyhow, it allows collaborative writing just like Google Docs. So 5-6 people can be in there editing the document all at once. It's also got to-do lists. So you could have like your manager could set up tasks and delegate tasks to people, and they would be able to watch it in real time to see if you're writing what you're supposed to be writing or checking off what you're supposed to be checking off. Like if you have a checklist to do, like, by the end of the day, I need you to do these things, and you have a checklist, then you would be able to go in there and watch live as they're checking them off and make sure that they're getting it done in a timely fashion. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, I didn't really take any more notes than that. It says the curious thing here is why Dropbox is showing off a feature that's still invite only and web only. So it's only available on the web. There's no like standalone client that you can download to the computer. That way you can do offline stuff and then upload it when you're ready, which would be awesome because I love that about Google Docs. And then it says, but the drumbeat of critics, and it says saying the $10 billion file syncing company is overvalued. Maybe it's feeling in a bit of a rush to get new products out the door. So anyway, we look forward to trying it out if Dropbox ever gets back to us. So right now it's invite only and only on the web. So you can't download it and use it offline and then upload it once you're on Wi-Fi or at home or whatever. So it's kind of a little too late, I guess. I guess that's the way that you would say that. It's they're trying, but they're jumping in just a little too late. So I don't know. If anybody ever gets invited or has already been invited and has tried this and used it, please comment and tell me if you think that it's awesome or if it sucks, because I'm honestly curious. So the big one that I had for this, which or one of the big ones that I had for this show, I actually read the last two, the two biggest articles for the show this week. I actually read very, very recently. It was like the very last two articles that I read and added on. And this one here, Western Digital is buying Sandisk for $19 billion in cash and stock. So the deal was approved by both of their boards, which is a really good thing. Nobody's fighting, nobody's mad, nobody's arguing about it. Everybody was like, let's do it. So it will secure the future of the hard disk giant, which would be Western Digital, by allowing them to gradually get into the SSD and flash storage game. So Sandisk has already been doing some, of course they've been doing flash storage for a freaking long time, but they've also been doing some SSDs and all that other kind of stuff. So now this allows Western Digital to jump into the SSD game, so that way they can have the hard disks, they can have the SSDs, and then as hard disks, which I don't really see happening anytime soon, as they become obsolete, they're already set. Whereas like Seagate, those guys think that hard disks are going to be around forever. Like they're never going anywhere, and SSDs are stupid, and nobody uses just SSDs. Nobody, thinks that nobody has to have an SSD, but they have to have a hard disk. So Seagate, I see, it might be really shooting themselves in the foot. Western Digital actually made a pretty good move here, in my opinion. It says they already collaborated in the past with Sandisk when they created the hybrid drive. I think it was in 2013, it says. Yeah, 2013, they did the hybrid drive, which was half hard disk, half solid state storage. So they made that hybrid drive back in 2013. So they've already collaborated together before. Between the two of them, once they merge, they'll have a total of 15,000 or so patents, whether they were granted or pending. But they still have a total together of roughly 15,000 patents, which is a pretty big deal there. It's probably one of the main reasons for the merger. The CEO of Sandisk will be offered a spot on the board, while this Western Digital CEO will lead the actual merged companies. So he will become the full CEO of the whole company once they merge. They also said that this merger will save them an estimated $500,000 annually, but will take 12 months to achieve that level of saving. So after about a year of them working some things out and tweaking some things, they figured that they're probably going to be saving about $500,000 a year by doing this merger. So that's some pretty big money. So I think all in all, I think it's really going to be a good idea. The NAND joint venture Sandisk had with Toshiba will continue after the merger is over. Hey, what's up, dude? The joint venture Sandisk had with Toshiba will continue after the merger, and they plan to start fabricating 3D flash chips in the first quarter of 2016. So in probably I don't know. So it's basically the 3D NAND is like, you know, what the whole vertical stack, so that way you can fit more space and or more storage on SSD NAND chip in a smaller surface area. So that way it's stacking on top of one another, so you can get larger disks. So 2, 3 terabyte SSDs and that sort of thing. So I think it was a pretty good move. I mean, it hasn't officially happened yet, but whenever everybody, hey Hugo, how's it going? Whenever everybody is on board, pardon the pun, but on the board of directors and everything, when everybody is on the same page on both sides, I mean, that's like the quickest you can merge two companies is whenever that kind of thing happens. So that's a pretty big deal, and I think it's definitely the right move for them to keep Western Digital even relevant. Because I mean, they still make good hard disk drives. I mean, I'm using one in my computer. My son has one in his computer. I know several other people that still use them. They're some of the best drives that I've ever had. But SSDs really have come a long way, and they're actually dropping so fast in price now that if you don't jump into the SSD game, you're probably making a pretty big mistake at this point. I'm looking at UC Gate because I know that you're on that same area that I'm talking about, where you're just not wanting to budge. All right, so this is the last one. I mean, like I said, I knew this was going to be a really short show because there's not much of a way for me to go off onto a tangent with any of this kind of stuff. So this one here is probably the one that intrigued me the most, and I literally read it right before I was getting ready to do the show, so I just hurried up and ran through this article for some notes. But apparently YouTube Red, I mean, I heard that they were coming out, that YouTube was planning on dropping a ad-free version of YouTube, where you could pay just a standard flat fee, kind of like you do with what is it, like Netflix or well, Hulu. You still pay, but you still get ads. But now they have an ad-free version that's a little bit more expensive now, I think. But like what is it, Twitch? Obviously I'm on Twitch right now, but yeah, like Twitch, you can subscribe to the person and then you don't get ads, and many other services are the same way. But it was officially announced today, and it will go live October 28th in the US, and US residents will be able to try it with a 1-month free trial starting the 28th of October. The YouTube Music app will also be coming soon after that. So sometime in November, most likely, they'll be dropping the YouTube Music app. YouTube Red, I guess this is what it says. YouTube Red is a way to browse all of YouTube Gaming, which is their streaming service, YouTube Kids, and YouTube Music, all ad-free for $10 a month. So it's $10 a month, and you can watch all the videos you want. You can watch all the live streaming, like YouTube's version of Twitch that you want. YouTube Kids, if you have kids, they can watch it without ads, and YouTube Music, which YouTube Music, I guess, is similar to Google Play Music, but you can like literally look up a video of like one of your favorite songs, and you can click the button. I guess it might be like another button, kind of like the cast icon if you have a Chromecast. It'll have another button off to the side for Google Music, and if you hit that button there, it'll automatically like branch out and go through and look at other artists that are similar to what that your favorite song was, or more songs by your favorite artist that matches close to that video that you selected. So it's kind of like Google Play Music, but it's on YouTube. So I don't really understand the purpose of it really, but we'll have to see. I mean, it's not going to be available until probably sometime in November or December or so. So we'll see what happens. But it also states, where was it at in this article? Let's see. Trying to remember where it was that it said it. Oh, yeah, here it is. It says YouTube Red works with Google Play Music, so subscribe to one and automatically get access to the other. So now I'm wondering, because my wife and I both have a subscription to Google Play Music, and that's $10 a month. So now I'm wondering, do I need to do something? Am I going to need to say, or is anybody that has Google Play Music already, are they going to have to subscribe to this? And it just or is it going to automatically take over and we get ad free on YouTube and YouTube Gaming because we're already subscribed to Google Play Music? So that's the one thing that I don't know yet, that I need to read more up on and ask some questions and try to find out. But that line right there, to me, it says, as a special bonus, YouTube Red works with Google Play Music, so subscribe to one and automatically get access to the other. So that sounds like you pay $10 a month and you get Google Play Music and ad-free on all these other services. So my big question, I asked, I tweeted out to Jay's 2 Cents, Barnacle,'s, Logan from Tech Syndicate, and Linus, and all of them got back to me except for Linus, which I figured because he's the busiest one. But they all tweeted back to me, and they thought that if you have a high, for content creators anyway, because I'm not really too sure how this is going to work as far as how content creators are going to get paid. Because right now it's more like on clicks for ads and ads viewed and all that stuff. But if you're just paying a straight fee of $10 and you go into somebody's channel and you watch all of their videos back to back to back, and then you go to some other person's videos and you watch all their videos back to back to back to back, are you actually making less money now as the content creator because you're not making the money off of each ad that's viewed? You're just getting, there's just a set amount that's going to be divvied up to everybody. I don't really understand how it's going to work. So a lot of Logan said that he didn't really care. YouTube could do whatever they wanted to, because they were lucky that they just have their site. So like if YouTube really starts going bonkers and they don't make any money off of YouTube anymore, they're just going to start uploading their videos to their website and people can just donate to them that way, which is what a lot of them do, like Linus and all them. That's what they do. They make quite a bit of money off of just donations from their actual site. Jerry or Barnacles, he said something along the lines of it's going to hurt him because user retention is a big deal. So if you're constantly having people subscribe to you and unsubscribe, subscribe, unsubscribe, then it might cause a problem there. But if you have people that will subscribe to you and you keep on gaining subscribers and not losing any subscribers, then that will probably benefit. You'll probably benefit more from that. So it seems like people are okay with it, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, I'm not that big, obviously, but I could see it causing some problems with some people who are. So none of them seem to be like, raging about it and saying that they're going to jump ship and all that other kind of stuff. But I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I guess they're also saying that with the subscription, if you have YouTube Red, I'm guessing that they're planning on doing like an original shows, I guess similar to like Netflix or something, where they'll have original shows and movies from some of the YouTube's biggest creators and other people. So you'll be able to watch members only access to these videos. So regular YouTube is going to stay the same. Regular YouTube Kids is going to stay the same. YouTube Gaming, everything that you watch now and how you watch it is all going to stay the same. The only thing that's going to change are for the people that are subscribed to it. They just don't have to worry about ads. And if I get ads free, because I'm subscribed to Google Play Music already, that's going to be awesome. Because I really hate, just sitting on my Chromecast and just sending videos to my Chromecast or whatever, and like there's a freaking video at the beginning of every single one of them, And a lot of them now are ones that you can't skip, and they're like 30 something seconds long. So you're just sitting there waiting and waiting and waiting, watching the same trailer or the same video you literally just watched, because some of the people, like CNanners and Austin and all that stuff, their videos are only like 3 or 4 minutes long. So you're constantly seeing the same ad or the same trailer over and over and over again if they have short videos. It's not like a let's play of a game where they might have like 20 or 30-minute episodes. That's better, because then you get like a 30-second commercial every 30 minutes. That's fine. But every 4 minutes, you're watching the same damn commercial. It gets old and repetitive really quick. So anyway, they're working hard to bring these services to other countries, because a lot of people have been complaining like crazy that they like the services that Google provide, but they don't provide them to very many places outside of having a playlist for the car would be dope without ads. Yes, I can see that being a big thing. And that was the other thing that they added as well. Where was it? YouTube Red lets you enjoy videos across all of YouTube without ads, while also letting you save videos to watch offline on your phone or tablet and play videos in the background, all for $10 a month. It says your membership extends across devices and anywhere you sign into YouTube, including our recently launched gaming app and a brand new YouTube music app we're announcing today that will be available soon. So yeah, you'd be able to have like our, the playlist that you made for your travel and just start it up, cruise down the road with your offline playlist or whatever, and no ads. So that'd be pretty badass. So but yeah, that's really about it. We had some other articles, but I didn't know enough about them, and I think I already deleted them. But one of them was about I talked about the Apple one because that one was easy. I didn't really need notes for that one, but the other one, I don't have it on here anymore. Was talking about what was it? Advertisers or whatever admitted that they screwed up the internet or something like that. It was. Let's see, advertisers admit. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, advertisers admit we messed up the web. So, iPhone users have flocked to ad blocking technology to try to escape from slow loading, insecure online advertisements. A top trade group for advertisers is apologizing for having messed up the web. So the systems that allowed marketers to track and target advertisements have slowed down the public internet and drained more than a few batteries. So yeah. As a result, companies such as Apple, Facebook, and Google have developed their own coping mechanisms. Apple offers consumers news content in its Apple News app, bypassing the public web. Facebook's Instant Articles, which allows publishers to partner with Facebook so their content loads more quickly, follows the same logic, and Google's Accelerated Mobile Pages project tries to strip websites of all but their most essential code, enhancing efficiency. Yes. Yes, I have that happen a lot at work. I don't have it happen so much here, but I know like on mobile and even on at work on the Chrome browser at work, I notice that sometimes pages don't load, and yeah, at the bottom it says something about ads.google or some other kind of ads.something, and it just sits there and hangs up, and it like never does anything. I have to refresh it, and then sometimes it'll go all the way through, and sometimes it just never loads at all. So I just exit out and say it's not worth it. So yeah, I would definitely say that the advertisers really screwed up the internet. I get why it's there, and I understand why they're doing it, but it's causing some problems now. especially when like they have a lot of these freaking ads that like have like the autoplay crap. So like you go to a website or something and then it just starts blaring out the video or whatever the people are talking about. Or like you go to a website and you start looking up something on a different website and there's like some kind of like, I mean, I haven't technically had this. Well, I've had the one thing happen, but like there's like a hemorrhoid cream ad or something that plays. I've had that happen to me way back in the day. It sucks so bad. Just, you know, sitting somewhere and you like pull up a website to read something and there's like a hemorrhoid cream ad just like blaring out of your phone speaker. Yeah, that's some pretty embarrassing stuff. But anyway, that's really all I have to talk about. A nice short and sweet show. I really wanted to talk about it because I know the Western Digital one was big. A lot of people are talking about it. And of course this YouTube one, which actually, like I said, I found right at the last minute. Like I had already set up everything on the computer, ready to stream, and I was just kind of sitting back on the couch waiting, getting ready to put my son to bed, and I'm like flipping through my Twitter feed, and I'm like, what? So I started reading about it, hurry up, threw it up there, wrote some notes on it. So other than that, I don't really have anything else. So I'm going to go ahead and bust out the outro, keep it nice and short and sweet for this week. Hopefully next week, everything will go smoother and we'll have a longer, more normal show next week and see how it goes from there. So let me go ahead and switch over to the main channel site. So anyway, we got Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, all Techtopia TV. If you're watching this on YouTube now, like and subscribe, check out my other videos, give me some suggestions, you know, leave some comments, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. 9 times out of 10, I answer you back really fast. I get people asking me questions on my different videos, like what monitors I'm using, keyboard, mouse. Somebody asked me about the mixer board in one of my pictures. So if you want to ask me a question on any of my videos, I instantly get the notification. I'm not big, so it's not like I'm getting bombarded with notifications all day long and I can't answer a million people. So if you want to ask me a question or whatever through Twitter, YouTube, Google+, or Facebook, please do, and I will do my best to answer you back as quick as possible, which I usually tend to turn around, unless I'm in like a meeting at work or something. I turn it around pretty fast, and I usually get back to you within, you know, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. I think about the longest one I had was about an hour, and I was able to come back and give them an answer. So please like and subscribe and continue watching. We do the show on Twitch. What is it? Twitch.tv/Techtopia TV every Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So come back next week and check us out again for some more videos. And we will see you next week.